For those of you just tuning in to join us, I invite you to get comfortable. The Sacred Sound Ministry will be playing, and we'll get started right at 7 o'clock. Make yourself comfortable. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Unity North Wednesday night experience. And I hope that it is a wonderful and beautiful experience for you this evening. My name is Reverend Richard Burdick, and it is my pleasure to invite you into this sacred and beautiful space tonight, as I invite you into the space of our Healing and Wholeness Ministry, our Sacred Sound Ministry, practitioners that are here for one purpose tonight, and that is to hold a container for each and every one of you to have an experience, whether it be peace, connection, oneness, groundedness. I invite you to set an intention for what that might be this evening. There are 1,000 different divine ideas that the world needs right now, and we're going to hold each and every one of them in our heart. And we hold all people this evening in our heart, regardless of their religious belief system, regardless of their race or creed, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of anything that the human world would say that divides us. And we're allowing ourselves to sink into the deep remembrance that we belong to each other, a place of namaste. The good in me, the God in me, beholds the good and the God in you. We begin with this opening chant, Namaste. I invite you to sing along as you feel led. The good in me beholds the good in you. Namaste. The good in me beholds the good in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Tonight is a night of wholeness. A wholeness for each individual, but a wholeness for the human race. You can hear in the background the sound of bells and bowls and tones. The vibrations of those sounds represent the vibrations of what we are holding, what our wholeness ministry will be holding for you in a moment. The good in me beholds the good in you. Namaste. The good in me probably see the practitioners of wholeness that are sitting in the chairs that I'm going to invite you later on to put yourself into energetically. And they're going to hold sacred space for you. But our world right now, we're experiencing a lot of things that feel less than our perfection, less than our wholeness. I'm inviting you to bring those ideas and those emotions and feelings and put them in the chair as well. But I thought it would be good to hear from just a couple of our practitioners of wholeness, of what they are holding in prayer and in their heart for this world right now, so that we might set it aside and be fully present to the miracle of the now moment where love and peace and God exist. And so they're going to come up one by one to the microphone and just share and speak from their heart. And let's make sure that the microphone is on. Peace.
Good evening. It is my pleasure, my honor actually, to be here speaking with you. I'm grateful that I was asked, and as I was en route here, I saw people standing along the street, and one of the signs said, "I may never understand, but I will stand with you." And it just gave me chills, because I think that really is the energy that I would desire that everyone embody. If you're not African American, you'll never really understand the African American experience, but you can understand what it means to be love, to be peace. As I was preparing for this evening, I wondered what Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King might say if he were here. And so what I did was look at quotes that he had made, and I have reformatted some of his comments in a speech that I think he might say were he standing before the microphone at this moment. We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization. We must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, or we will perish as fools. Wisdom born of experience should tell us that war is obsolete. Love is the only force capable of turning an enemy into a friend. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. If we are to have peace on earth, our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. And this means we must develop a world perspective. We must remember, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the brightest daylight of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. The time is always right to do the right thing. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. We must pursue powerful ends through peaceful means. Life's most persistent and urgent question now is, what are you doing to make this new dimension of love and peace a reality? Namaste.
Thank you, Peace. I'd like to ask Shiva to come forward now and to share a few thoughts.
I'm very grateful and thankful as well to be here tonight and to express this love and gratitude that we all share with our brothers and sisters. We are reflections of our brothers. So just in mind, the this new consciousness, this new dimension that we're going into. We live in the third dimension and moving into the fourth and fifth dimension. And that's why all this stuff is happening for right now. So just be peaceful, be neutral. The more neutral you become, then things just start going away. But we have to be neutral and look at things in a different way. We can't look at things the same way we used to. We can't be looking at the situations and think we can't get new ideas, new concepts. To me, love, joy, peace, and humanity is part of this growth. So let's be patient and let's allow this new change to come into our new life. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva. I'd like to ask Cecilia to speak now. Maybe Vilma would like to say a word as well.
It is a blessing to be in your presence. I'd like for us to think of the universe in which we live, billions and billions of suns called stars, galaxies, and that there is just a oneness, something the scientists call dark energy, but it's not dark. It is light, and it is spirit, and it holds us all together. And as we breathe as one being on this tiny planet, which we call Earth, we know that the shift that is happening in the upheavals that we see in the physical is but a manifestation of the inner thrust of the souls of mankind moving up to a finer place. And in this place, we realize that we are the one being called humanity, that we're connected with threads so strong can never, ever be severed, that we are they who have come to establish the kingdom of the heavens here on earth. And as we go through whatever turmoil we see, whatever we feel, if we own those feelings and stand within them, we will be transformed. So tonight, with you, I hold the feeling of love, because there is really only love. And we stand as love, holding on to the threads of humanity and lifting the species a mite higher. Thank you so much for allowing me into your space.
Vilma, would you like to share something?
I want to say thank you, God, for this opportunity that we are here to give our love, to give our healing, our energy to all the human beings in this planet, that we live together, embrace in love, peace, compassion, and the other way to be together, because we are one with the divine God, with the divine love of God. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope all the people can watch tonight to receive our love, our energy. Thank you, and God bless everybody.
And so now we are going to move into a time of the Om. And we know in this moment that all these beautiful words that have been shared, there is no space between us. There is no time or distance between us and the peace and the love and the joy that we seek. After the Om is completed, we'll move into just a short period of sacred sound. I invite you to let yourself be bathed in the vibration of the words, the bowls, and then we'll introduce our speaker for this evening. As you feel led, please join me. Over these Wednesday nights where we have been, I started to say in captivity, we have been in quarantine, where we have been finding a new way to connect and to unite with each other. This evening is yet another way to do that. Michael Burke and I have been here together for the last almost 3 months now, every Wednesday night, sharing poetry and music, meditation and stillness and silence. And this is a quarterly time where our wholeness ministry comes together and shares a sacred space. And they had asked Michael to be their guest speaker for this time of healing and wholeness. And so most of you know him, and those who are tuning in that don't know Michael, he's got a heart of gold. He's a brilliant poet. We call him our poet laureate. He's going to share a poem with us, a little bit about the sacred sound ministry that he does and how it might have an effect on what is happening in the world today. Remain in a peaceful posture as you receive his words.
Inhabit the stillness. Let us inhabit the stillness that these sounds have inspired. The waking dreaming of wonder that fuels all who ever aspired to embody the transcendent as well as transcend the body. To embrace all of our divinity by embracing all of our humanness. We lay here now on a bed of sound, soft, soft as feathers made of silence. Sounds not just for our ears to hear, but sounds to be felt in all our cells. Bathe in the bliss of vibration that blankets us all as one, warming our thoughts of love like steeping tea. Let us pour that love into one another. Take the silence and let it sing to every cell of your being. The most immaculate thing you can be is to be love, fully expressed. And the most immaculate thing you can do, well, is to give that love away, especially to yourself. By experiencing and honoring the love deep within ourselves, we are able to honor and experience that love deep within each other. We honor each and every one of you for being here, for taking the time to inhabit your stillness. It is our privilege to create these gatherings. It is our passion to play these sounds. And it is our purpose, all of us, to spread these energies everywhere. We love you. Namaste. Well, that's a poem that expresses the passion and the beauty that can be found in sound healing, as I was first brought to it. Now I do it as sound therapy, and it's been called sound bath, sonic massage. These are all terms for the caressing of our energies through the power of sound. I work as a vibrational sound therapist, honored to do that, several addiction and treatment centers all around the Atlanta area, and I also do a lot of things for various yoga studios and wellness centers, different churches and temples. It's a widespread thing that has started happening, and it all started, for me, it started here at Unity North when, we had the Sacred Sound Ministry training. It's probably been 8 or 10 years ago when we did that first one. And so many people that came through that have now gone out and brought the sounds to many more places. It's a viable therapy now. I believe it is truly a complementary therapy to any other therapy. It doesn't really matter what energy work someone is doing. If you couple sound with it, it like broadens the experience and it opens an expansion for healing within that very being, whoever that might be. The greatest doctor is inside of them already. So we help them tap into that through the power of sound. And I feel that what has come out in the last, I'd say 5 or 6 years of me doing this, it has really come into a mainstream where I'm being used more and more by places that I wouldn't have been able to play at 10 or 12 years ago. So that's a beautiful thing to me as a sound therapist. And I have some friends who are now in the business and getting work as well. It's very helpful, and I think at this time with what we've been through with pandemic and different racial tensions, sound is a wonderful way to ease the anxiety. Many people wonder what they can do. And some feel there's nothing they can do. You can calm your energies, find a peaceful place through the power of sound, and that in itself helps energies that then spread out and help create us all and serve the situation with a calmness. And sound is a great way to bring that about. It's very good to reset the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us immensely. And it resets so many things within our system, within our being, that it is truly a tune-up. I like to call it a sonic tune-up. It just is. You feel better, and you might not even know why, because we brought you back to what we call a resonance, a harmony, a harmonic vibration with the energies that create you to the best of your ability. And to bring you to that through these bowls, bells, poetry, the different sounds that a sound therapist might provide, just wonderful. To get someone to step out and let loose of thinking for a moment and let the body calm. It's amazingly good for the whole system. And that's one of the reasons I do it. I absolutely love it. Once again, can't believe it's a real job, so I absolutely love it, and I would do it no matter what. But now places use me for it, and we're getting a lot of success, and I feel that's going to keep going. Glad to share it with you tonight, and always honored to do it for the Wholeness Ministry. I thank you so much for inviting me to speak, and I love what y'all do. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And so typically what happens in our quarterly sessions is our practitioners of wholeness, many modalities, many different modalities of simply remembering wholeness. But they usually stand behind a chair. I'm going to invite the Wholeness Ministry to now make their way behind the chair. And during this time, it's kind of interesting in that we have empty chairs here. There aren't people in the room to come fill those chairs. But I wanted to extend an invitation on behalf of the Wholeness Ministry that there's a chair here for you. That you don't have to physically be in this space, in this room, to receive the vibrations of these holy, sacred people and all that they hold for you. And so the camera will be going around to various members of our Wholeness Ministry that are going to hold space in a chair. And I want you to know, and we want you to know, that there is a chair for you here. No matter what you may be experiencing or feeling in this time, there is a chair here, a chair of healing, a chair of wholeness, a chair of possibility. We have reserved a chair for you, a chair that says you are welcome. You are welcome at Unity North. You are welcome in the hearts of these practitioners and this congregation. With no distinction of what color your face might be or what religion you happen to follow, there is a chair for you. No distinction of whether you were gay or straight, there is a chair for you here, a place at the table. We're not making a distinction of whether or not you're a Republican or Democrat, or whether you have a large family or a small family, you are welcome here. And we have set a place at the table of love, at the table of oneness. And so, but we're going to go into an extended period of time where we have sound, and our practitioners are simply going to hold. As you put yourself energetically in one of these chairs, they're going to hold space for you. Tonight we know all beings know love, and that all beings know peace. We claim this and affirm this. And the pain, we let it go. We release it. No more pain. At the end of the chant, we'll go into our time to just be as you sit in one of these chairs, or maybe all of these chairs all at the same time. May all beings know love. May all beings know peace. May all beings know love. May all beings know peace. No more pain. No more pain. May all beings know love. May all beings know peace. May all beings know love. May all beings know peace. All people are welcome at our table. We have a chair for you. Please join us as the sound ministry plays and the wholeness ministry does their work. there is a place for you at the table of wholeness, a table of peace, a table of unconditional love. We have reserved a seat for you, for all of you. Allow yourself to receive. Releasing that which does not belong, and receiving and remembering that which does. The energy we are holding right now is for each individual. But in the awareness of the completeness, the oneness, and the unity of all life, as it is for the one, it will be for the whole. It can be no other way. Just as it is above in consciousness, the heavenly awareness drops down into the realm of the body. That which is known is made manifest in every cell of your body, your experience and your life, and every cell of our common humanity. Receive and receive for all. As the sound continues and the awareness of wholeness continues, I invite you, all of you who may be watching or listening, to bring your attention and your focus to the human race, all at one time, all gathered in a common purpose of remembrance. We belong to each other. There is no separation. The healing of my life, the healing of my body, is extended to the healing of the world. And where are those that have forgotten? Let us see a softening of hearts that allows ignorance to melt away, that allows violence to melt away, and a deep wellspring of oneness begin to emerge in the hearts of those hearts that have been hardened. Each chair is filled with the entire human race. Each hand of our wholeness practitioners is filled with the love for the human race. Each bowl contains a vibration of peace for the human race. And all of it contains the energy that remembers there is only one of us. There is only one. So I invite our practitioners to have a seat now. For as they give, they also receive. The truths that they have claimed and known together are also true for them. And let us join in heart and intention and mind. There is only one of us. And no matter if your face is black or yellow, brown or white, in your eyes, it's me that I see. Your joy, your pain, your celebration, your sorrow. It is mine, and we share it. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. As a nation, let us sing. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. I'm going to invite Wes to take the camera and to just pan at the various people from all walks of life, all ethnicity, all coming together to hold oneness tonight, to hold wholeness tonight. We are one. There is only one of us, the face of God. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. One more time together. There is only one of us. In your eyes, it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. And so it is, and so we simply let it be. What we have done here this evening may seem small or insignificant. But where there are two or more, and there are far more than two of us in the Unity North Sanctuary right now, when they are gathered in the name of a possibility, that possibility is present. And it is not contained in a building, we know that. It is not contained within a 50-minute window. In fact, it is never contained. It cannot be contained. And we thank you for joining us and being a part of this experience, like a ripple upon the pond, to infect your world wherever you may be with more love, with more peace. We are still streaming through the month of June, but we have a wonderful opportunity next Wednesday. Many of the wholeness practitioners have been invited. The Sacred Sound Ministry is being invited. We have a beautiful poem and a service that's going to be held in our back parking lot. Sort of a drive-in church experience. You do have to make reservations because there is limited space. I think it's limited to about 55 people, maybe 60. But go online, check it out, and bring your car and bring your meal. Come at 6 o'clock, bring something to eat, bring a chair to sit behind your car, and to once again have that physical connection with social distance, to be safe, but be in the energy of love. As the practitioners came in this evening, the smiles that crossed their face just being in the presence, the physical presence of these beautiful beings, it made us all smile. We have been keeping distance, and on July 1st, when we're all back in this room, we will be keeping distance, and we're figuring all those details out. I invite you to stay tuned. A survey is going to be coming out with some questions that are important for you to answer about how we keep that distance and how we keep safe and how we keep ministry going. I want to thank you for joining us again tonight. Please join me Sunday. I have some very powerful words to share on Sunday. What's happening on our planet needs more attention, and I am going to be hitting it head on. And I invite you to join me and be a part of a revolution. It is a revolution. Revolution simply means to revolve around a new idea. And we are revolving around transformation like this planet has never seen it. Like this country has seen it before, but is going to see it again, and this time it's going to stick. So please join me Sunday morning at 11:15. Michael and I will be back in a couple of weeks with poetry, and Sonia Osio will be joining us, but we hope to see you in the back parking lot next Wednesday. It will also be streamed. But for now, let us simply be grateful for these beautiful beings that have given up of their time to be here and to hold space for the world and to hold space for you. And we end, as we always do, with asking you, if this had meaning to you, to make a contribution. Times are interesting on all fronts, including financially. And your community is doing the very best it can to keep things going, to keep stream going. Wes is here every Sunday and Wednesday, so send a little love to him. But to keep it going, there's a price tag to that, and we still have an overhead here. And so I'm going to invite you to either get on Text to Give. It's very simple and easy, or text on Facebook tonight and to contribute, to say thank you to these beautiful people who have served tonight, or send a check-in. We receive all that abundance with grateful, grateful hearts. Thank you so much for your generosity expressed to date and for the generosity that is continuing to be expressed. We end with the song, and I thank you for the love you give to me and the love you let me be. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. When we're back in July, the Wholeness Ministry will be back in full swing to join you every Sunday at 1:30, right? 1:15. They'll be down figuring out how to hold sacred space for you here in our sanctuary when we get back. Have a wonderful and blessed evening. We'll see you in the parking lot next week.